There, there we are. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Mr. Ronney Braun. Can't sleep. I won't be able to do my regular live stream on Sunday tomorrow. I've got other plans. Got to get up early. I'm not an early person, but I got to get up early tomorrow and head out of town for, I don't know, an hour away. Got to help a friend with some drone footage. And I don't like early mornings. How are you making out? Are you over in the area where it's where they got a cold front came in or whatever? Where my friends live in Alberta, so like you're way east of my friends in Alberta, which is weird. They got it pretty cold. There will be yay! There will be no live stream tomorrow at high noon. Yay! I will not be here. We did not get that hail here, but it was close. Yeah, and snow or something too. Some friends of mine were saying it. All depends on where you were, and that's Canadian. I'm talking about. Here it's been, well, when you're talking Celsius, it's been 30 above, which is hot, very hot. And if there's no breeze, well, then it seems really hot. 30 degrees feels like 34. And unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, all depends how you view it. No Sunday go to meetin live stream on tomorrow, Sunday. You can all sleep in. Oh, it's probably a good, nice night out. Everybody wants to be outside. Still no breeze at all, but it's cooled down quite a bit, which is nice. So, anyways, that's what the problem there is. I don't know how the camera. It's not bright outside. It's dusk, and yet the one side is just total brightness. All you gotta do is block something in front of the camera. Hang something there. What if I hang? Here, I got a 50 peso paper money. What if I just hang that sort of right on the edge? Wow, how far does it gotta go before it's too close? That's not gonna do. It needs to be bent up. Bent up, you know what I mean? Making a shade for my camarilla. Because look at this. It's sensing that it's sensing something. Oh man. Have have it hanging right over the hole and it still doesn't do anything. I don't know. I'll have to build little cardboard things that hang over there. How the heck is everyone today? Anyway. Okay. You need something to hang way at the back. That's what the problem is. Oh man, no good. You have to manufacture something. May the winter finally be over or what? I have to go back home in another, well, let's see, there's 8 more days there and 8 for 12 days. I got to go back in 12 days. Just let it enter the screen slightly. Yeah. I need a filter for the front. So all you need is actual sunglasses filter. Hey, there's an idea. Where is my sunglasses? Right here. Right here. What would happen if I put a pair of sunglasses in front? Oh, but I can't hang them there. That's pretty dark. That's pretty dark, and then I can't get it over there. Not quite. Don't work. But if we go like this, hey there. That's just looking through the sunglasses. Look at that. That'll work for a minute. So I have got to get up early tomorrow. That's better, eh? Oh, good. Cool. Thanks. I just put my sunglasses, hanging them over the front. Improvise. That's a hack, you know. No, not a hack. It's a hack. I was thinking of a scam, but that's not a scam. It's working. No scams here, man. And I'm looking now, when it's nice and warm, I thought, they got these huge ants here. These things are huge. I've never seen an ant that big. And it must be some sort of leaf cutters too, because I see a string of them every once in a while running in front of the door here, carrying leaves in one direction. So they obviously know where they're going. And I got to get out and video them. But every time I take my camera out there, my Osmo Pocket, I don't see them. And I've got I've got a lens on the front here. What is it? So I can get closer. I think it's just a close-up lens, macro lens. Yeah, it's just a macro lens. But I should be able to get closer. I don't know how you're going to show some sense of scale, as you have to have something there that you know what size it is, and you see them beside it, and they're a huge ant. Sure, I can get the ant, no problem. But you might you wonder, well, what size are these ants? I don't know. Even by measurement, I don't think they're an inch long, but their body just is huge. And then I seen a tiny little, I don't know what it is, scurrying across the ground, so tiny you can hardly see it, and moves the fastest. I thought it was flying at first, but no, it's running across the ground. And it moves, man. I set I set out food for them. Yeah, there was. How did that guy do that? He tagged one ant somehow with something, and then he had a big shield over top of him that would follow his movements and would either give him, he could train it so that it was on sunlight all the time, and he would know. How do they know they're 100 meters away from their hole? How do they know where the hole is to go down? So that's what he did. He put some sort of a harness on this little ant and a radio collar on it. No, it was much more complicated than that. And then this little robotic thing that had wheels, it had a clear hole through it, and then you could put any kind of filter in there. Well, he would put pure sunlight on this little guy, so there was no shade at all. It was in the desert anyway. But wanted to see if sunlight had anything to do with how he knows where to go. So this little wagon would follow this ant all the way wherever he went, and then he would shield it from the sun. He would uh, follow it along wherever it went, but had no sunlight effect on them. So trying to figure out how do they know where they're going. Like, it's quite. I don't remember what the outcome was or why, but it was very pretty interesting. It's amazing how like bees or ants or any kind of colony type insects like that. How do they communicate? Yet they know exactly what they're doing, what they're supposed to do. How the heck and they communicate through pheromones or some scent or something. And what does each scent mean? How do you know that, hey, it's time to attack, and everybody attacks? Whatever there is out there, you just attack. And like, how do they know how to coordinate everything? But what do we got going here for? Posts a comment. Oh, post a comment. I can't post a comment for some reason. The enter button doesn't enter anything. You can type something in, press enter, and I don't even know whether it goes to the next line, but nothing ever happens. Which is strisn't this age, strisn't that age, said the bull of Frush man. It certainly is, said the bull of Frush man. So just to let everyone who's in the house, a bunch of yous there, um, there will be no live tomorrow, Sunday at noon. I have something I have to do, so there will be No live stream. Oh, too bad. I mean, I know, too bad. No live stream tomorrow. What are you going to do tomorrow at noon then? I think I'll still be out of town at noon. Gotta make sure I get something to take along to drink maybe or to eat. It's about probably an hour away, he said. Yeah. And that is, okay, we can go full screen there. There, that makes it a little bit bigger. They can see what's going on. I can see what's going on now. Tomorrow is Sunday already. Let me just see here. Let's go not full screen anymore. Okay, I have well, today is Saturday, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more days. And then I'm gone home. Yikes, 12 more days. So there's the 30th, which is a Sunday. Maybe I can do a live stream on that 30th. I might try to do a pop-up before then too. Like there's all next week to try to do pop-ups and stuff. I don't know where I'm going to go, whether I'm going to go to Playa del Carmen yet once more, or Isla Mujeres, or I think that's probably it. Isla Mujeres is a nice place to go and visit and see, and that's a beautiful place. Beautiful beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in all of the. I think Iraq ranks in the top 5 in all of the world as one of the best beaches. And it's a fantastic beach. Like, let me tell you, you start off with your ankle deep. You walk out and you get up to maybe your waist, and you keep going, and it starts going up. Now you get to a point where it's crystal clear, turquoisey blue, and you're at your ankle deep again, and you're way out there. Then you keep going, and then it gets deeper and deeper. But beautiful, beautiful beach, miles long. So don't know whether to go there. It costs, I think, $30 to return ferry there and back, and then whatever you want to do there. You want to eat or drink or uh, whatever you want to do other than just sit on the beach. And then there would be Playa del Carmen again, which is an hour away. You take the bus, costs you 208 pesos return. So 208 is like $12. $12 to $15 to go to Playa del Carmen and back. And then whatever you want to do there. Shopping, drinking, eating. Probably mostly for eating and coming back. Go there, walk up and down Fifth Avenue, go to the beach. To me, there's nothing much on Fifth Avenue unless you're doing shopping for something. You're looking for something to purchase. Then you're going up and down Fifth Avenue. They just sell their little whatever trinkets and stuff they have there. And yeah, there's well, in the evenings, in the daytime too, but you've got the bar scene, you've got the restaurants, and there again, most of those places that they're going to be charging you double what you can get it elsewhere. You buy a beer for $7, $8 a beer, and you go to uh, Oxo 7-Eleven just around the corner, and 40 pesos, which is $3. So half price for the same stuff. And it's just a couple of paces, a couple of steps off the main street. You've done a couple. Did I miss the sentence? You've done a couple of time lapses with ants. You set out food. Oh, and then they come and go. So you know they're coming and yeah, yeah. Well, the sunglasses on there make it darker. They are pretty dark sunglasses, but they're just cheap ones. Your typical plastic. No, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And then I gotta get 12 more days, and I'm gonna have to take 3 days or more to maybe 4 days to get things kind of packed up the way I want. Make sure that I can get it all packed up and ready to go. I've got it in one big suitcase, and then two carry-ons. One I put down under my seat, and the other one I put up overhead. One overhead that I can fill up with stuff, electronics and things, and then another one that I'm going to carry on between my feet there, as it's going to have electronic goodies and stuff in it too. Cameras, and I got cameras and drone stuff. What have we got here, by the way? Is that getting it? Can you see me? Is it getting a bit dark? How long have I been on? 25 minutes. Wow, I thought it was at least an hour, but it's not. Wow. Time is. So it's not time that ticks away when you think about time. It's not time that ticks away. It's your life that ticks away. When you talk about time ticking away, that's your lifetime ticking away. So if you only knew that you had exactly 7 days to live, what would you do? I mean, you knew it was the truth. Would you argue with anyone? No, you wouldn't have time to. You would have better things to do because you only had 7 days left. something action was going on here, or still is going on. So I should, yeah, I don't know. I hoped I did it at the very beginning of the of the live stream, saying that I won't be on Sunday, because you don't want somebody to watch this whole thing and just at the very end say, oh, I won't be on Sunday. Well, for any of you that were in the house, click the thumbs up. Don't forget that. Click that old thumbs up. That'll help the algorithm. That's sort of, I don't know, proven fact. One of those YouTube proven fact things. It helps the algorithm. I go in and give myself a thumbs up. I don't know if it works for yourself, but I go in there and do it anyway. So I know I'll always have one if it worked. And I don't know what the percentages would be, whether it's a like or dislike, what have you. Mr. John. How the heck are you doing there, John? Man, there's a lot of lag tonight. I seen that come up on the screen way over there, and I'm still waiting for it to come up over on the EV Mux screen. Wow, that is a horrible delay. That's more than 10 seconds. No, that's 5 seconds, sorry. A dozen days. I know, I would love to stay here, unfortunately. Would be nice. Yeah, I won't be on Sunday. I got some things I gotta attend to differently, so we'll be doing those. Unfortunately, and it happens to be on a Sunday. You in a dark here. Yeah, oh, I got my sunglasses in front. I can take those off now. My sunglasses were in front of the camera. Was that bright? Now it's gotten dark. Heading her home in what, 14 days have I got now? 15 days? And we're gone. Too bad. Mr. Ron, Daryl, how you doing? I had my sunglasses in front of the camera there, so that's what was making it so dark. 14 more days. I was hoping I wouldn't get depressed. Boy, that's a good question there, Ron. When will I come back to here to Mexico? Or boy, I wish I could not leave, but you have to. They kick you out. But even if they only can kick you out for a minute, then you can come back again for another 180 days. But I have to spend some time in Alberta there around. I got to do things there too. So, um, but if I don't rent any place like a house, then I might be able to afford to come to Mexico again next year, and maybe someplace else, not necessarily Cancun. Uh, but you never stop seeing everything anyway. There's always something new to see and things to do. My thing is buffering terribly. Oh no. I don't know how to fix that from my end. I don't think you can. But make sure you click on the where the video there. If you just click underneath it, there's a word live with a dot. Make sure the dot is red. If it's gray, you're behind the time. So just click on the word, and that'll get you up to snuff. But yeah, hopefully, while they end up coming back next fall for another 60 days, you can't. You see, that's the thing. The earlier you start to come back, well, then you have to go back earlier. So from November to April is 6 months, 180 days. So, but if you come in October, well, then you have to go back in March. So you have to time it out. If you come here in December, well, then you're going back home in May. So the time that I was here was a good one, November to April. November to December, January, February, March, April, May. May, 6 months, May. Beginning of November to the end of May. 180 days, anyway, whatever that is. It works most of the time for me. Yeah, I don't know what, if you got lagging problems, I don't know what that would be. There's Diane. Howdy, howdy, hey, hi. How are you, Diane? I don't have any lights on yet. It might get pretty dark here in a moment. The sun go down. The sun go down. You're freezing. Your screen is freezing. I don't know how I could fix that. I don't think I can. Although it could be slow on my end for some reason. Oh, I see that kind of freezing. It was warm, now it's cold. Okay, right on there, Mr. John. Thank you for popping in, my friend. Canadian. Buy all. Picks on it. And alrighty, right tone, right tone. Flying Canuck. JDS Flying Canuck. Are you allowed to call people darling? Sometimes it feels like air conditioning just has to be on. There we go. I must have I've come on, I came on earlier about half an hour before this one started, and it said I was on live and everything, and then when I went out, it never recorded anything. It wasn't didn't show it. It didn't do anything. Ants. I'm trying to video these huge ants that they got here before I go back because I've never seen ants that big before. And on the nice days when I see them out there moving all the leaves, they're cut must be leaf cutter kind of ants because they all got a leaf on them and the way they go. And I never have my camera right at the moment, so when I do have my camera, I don't see them at all. I want to get some video of them before I head back. I think there's like must be a 6 second delay today. Sometimes it's longer. Maybe that has got something to do with the uh, not good reception. Oh, they left the food out. Now you have the ants. I suppose there's nothing worse than if you have ants in your kitchen on the cupboards, the countertops. You know they're living inside the house somehow. They're getting in there. I mean, not just because you left something out. It's just that's where they live. That I've seen one house friend of mine that had that's what they had problems. Their food would move from one side of the countertop to the other with a rock and a hammer. Oh, many! Wow, ants in the motorhome. Yeah, rock and a hammer. That's a bit of overkill. You've done time lapses outside with camera inches off the ground. Yeah, it'd have to be pretty close for doing macro. That's for sure. Ant killer, I guess. That used to be when my grandparents were saying they had a sure way for the fly killing flies. It's a sure method, and I forget how much it was. Like it was cheap by today's standards, but back then it was like maybe $1.50, and it was like a lot of money. But when you got it in the mail, it was two pieces of wood, two by fours, short pieces, and you put the fly on one half of the two by four, and then you smack them with the other half. That was a surefire way to kill flies. That was their advertisement. Yeah, no kidding. You're not picking them up, that's for sure. Could do it with the kids. That's how you, I don't know, lick their lips and you stick them to the wall. Could do it with the kids, I guess. Yeah. So, my goodness. Let me just see here. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, there will be no Sunday go to meeting live stream tomorrow. I'm going to be busy tomorrow, unfortunately. So that's the news. Yay! Oh no, Diane. some of the some of the jokes back in those days are not good for today's standards. Like I don't know if anybody in here has ever watched Archie Bunker. Archie Bunker wouldn't be able to stand to be on TV anymore. It's amazing how they got away with some of the things they did back then, but not today anymore. Wow. I used to like that show, Archie Bunker. Yeah. Oh man. Hang on. I guess I could put a light on the subject so you can see. I can't even see this keyboard anymore. There. We have light. There I are. Archie on a Bud fight or a Bud Light can. Can you imagine Archie on a Bud Light can? That might be better than what they had picked the other time, the first one. Yeah, no kidding. Dan wouldn't touch that stuff. Yeah, yeah. There's a whole bunch of shows I was looking at on YouTube. They're not online anymore, of course, just because they were too old by now today. But some of them that were controversial, like the Archie Bunker one and a couple other ones, like yeah, I have a short of a Bud Light commercial. It's the one with the wintertime horse and sleigh ride, and the guy has his girlfriend there, and he says, "I have a light for you." A candle brings a candle out, puts it in her hand, and then he says, "I have something else. I have a Bud Light." And then when he bends over to pick up the Bud Light, the horse lifts his tail and lets a fart out and goes right over the candle and blows her face up. And then he comes up with the two bottles of two bottles of Bud Light. He says, "You smell You smell barbecue." Oh, it was so hilarious. Oh, the horse. Yeah, I have a short of that. It's on my channel. I stole it. I had to. That was so funny. You have to sit on your hands to roam. You have to sit on your hands too. Molson or Heineken. Molson or Heineken. I must say, I think I'm probably guilty. I would just drink anything that's cold and wet. Yeah. See a man sitting there. Yeah, no kidding. You wonder who making these commercials. Who made that? Who made some of these up and had to pass that through their whole system there to put it live on TV? Like, cost them thousands of dollars. Like, what are they thinking? Well, I booked my flight 6 months ago, both here and back. What's nice about it is I already paid, so I don't have to. If it comes down, well, I lost money. I don't go check though anyway, just to see. Oh wow, you could have saved a few $100 if you'd have waited. But if you're going to come for long periods of time like that, and you're not worried about when to get back. I would probably go two one-way tickets, a one-way here and a one-way back, and then you can pick and choose the days you want to go back. That's the way I would do it next time if I was thinking. But they called me up. They sent me an email once saying that they bumped my day. They changed my time for my going home flight. And I thought, what? I placed that 6 months ago. I didn't know they could just bump your time. Yeah, they bumped my time later on during that same day, but a couple hours later. So what happened was my flight from here to Calgary is several hours later. So I get to Calgary later, but then my next flight, my connecting flight to Medicine Hat, doesn't go until the next day. So I've got a 9 hour layover. So I'm gonna have to, like, find somewhere to sleep for 9 hours and then go on the next plane back home next day. That was the only inconvenience, but I didn't have to pay any extra or anything. It's just they have to find you. Uh, they have to find you the flights. $9 million. Holy. Yeah, I get to Calgary at. Well, no, wait a minute. 5, 10, 11. I get to Calgary just about 11 o'clock at night, and then I don't fly out till 9 o'clock the next morning. Right, it's 10 hour layover or more. Yeah, if I find a woman that you could sign up a contract with, saying you're my wife now, as far as any kind of government stuff goes. Yeah, 9 billion. Thank you for the correction. Correctez-vous. Correction. Correctez-vous. She is coming up on that 1 hour limit. It's not a limit, but beautiful sunsets tonight when I should be out on the beach when I'm not. And like, what time is it? 7:20. So yeah, I did take the drone up the other day. The sun is on the wrong side of the cities. What a round trip flight costs. Uh, um, Anywhere from, you can get like a Canadian dollars, like $1,000 to $2,000. It all depends on what day. Season, well, I don't even know if season matters too much. Like, don't try not to go on the weekends. I would think middle of the week is probably better for if you're trying to save money. And then season would be probably spring and fall would be the best. But you can get really cheap, like $400 one way ticket, uh, $400 there and $400 back. You just gotta find those at the right time, and they are available. I mean, if they're trying to fill up their seats and they got open seats, they want somebody to fill that seat. They'll sell it to you real cheap. Well, it all depends on who you're flying with. I fly with WestJet, and they're very good. Uh, I've never flown with anybody else, so I don't know what the. You'd have to look into the airliners and find out what they offer and stuff. WestJet's very good. Time of year, day of the week. Yeah, it all makes a big difference. I've flown for less than $1,000 round trip. Same this time it was almost like double that much, 1400 dollars round trip. But I paid 6 months ago, and I wanted it on certain days though. So I had to say, okay, I have to bite the bullet on the trip back is more than what it should be or whatever. The going there is not so bad. That's why I think if you do one way tickets, you can look months ahead of time when a good one way ticket would be, and keep your eyes open for them dates in there, and then book when you're ready. But I know you can get some pretty cheap flights, and from where I am, come direct. It's a 5 hour flight from Calgary to Cancun. So yes, it is 55:55. Cinco, 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 cinco. 55:55. That's what is the Chinese lucky number? 11. When you look at your clock and it's 11:11, and that only happens twice a day. That's very good luck. I am surprised. How come that takes so long? Here we go. I am surprised they don't have real cheap flights to Cancun. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially a lot of the real touristy places in Mexico. There are some more touristy places than others, but those real touristy places would be nice if they had cheap flights. Yes. Well, I can't even make coffee tonight. There's no fire in the furnace. No fire on the. My friend didn't go pick up the propane, so there's no fire. And I told him about it. No, he's not getting it. Not on purpose. Maybe he's busy, but that would be a good time. I don't think he uses propane, so it's just a matter for the heat for the hot water washing. Yeah, I suppose it is cheaper than driving. That's for sure. I mean, even still, when you consider every person on an airplane paid $1,000 to be on that particular flight, or more or less, it's an average maybe, and there's several hundred people. That's several $100,000. So that's a good. I know they have to pay for the fuel, pay for the maintenance on the airplane, and do whatever it takes. Yeah, okay. They need a bit of money, but they have to fill the seats up. So, anyways, guys, we should end this live stream on a good note that it actually had people to show up. And appreciate each and every one of you that did come in and said hello. Uh, I think I'm getting down in the dumps of having to go back to Canada. Uh, Flights to cancel would be then cheaper. I would think flights to cancel would be cheaper in the summer. Yeah, I don't know about. And each airliner has a different way of doing things. Like WestJet does theirs different than other places. Since you're laid over, yeah. Well, I booked actually 177 days away, so that I want a 3 day kind of leeway thing. Yeah, Ronney Braun, Ronney Braun. If you know how to type in the your channel thing with the exclamation point Ronnie would work. Exclamation point Ron will bring up Ron's, and Diane will work. The dogs are going nuts, but I think I'm going to get up and get at it and do some searching around the internet. I've got to find a few things. I just put out a video just before this came on, and I want to make sure that it's up and running and whatever's going good with it. So, all right, guys, be safe, be kind, and stay awesome. And we'll catch you guys all on the next one. Loud air show, full swing. Yeah, no kidding. Thanks, Diane and Ron and Ronnie. Thank you guys all for coming in and spending the time out of your day. Love it. Love you guys. And yes, I'm trying to get onto one of your lives there, Ron. Keep an eye out for you. All right, guys. Bye. Love yous all, and thanks for coming in.